Welcome to It's Your Date with Destiny with Apostle Vivian and Pastor Jemma Duncan of Divine Destiny Worship Center in Diego Martin. For the next 30 minutes, join us as we take you on a journey of maximizing your potential and realizing your goals through Jesus Christ.
Why is it when you need a miracle, it doesn't happen, but when you least expect it, it happens?
You are married, you have challenges in your relationship, but your spouse is unwilling to accede to any counseling. Is divorce an option?
How does a parent handle a promiscuous child?
What are considered the do's and don'ts of a born-again couple who is not yet married?
There are always more questions than answers. So here is Apostle Jemma.
A very good morning to you. Welcome to Ask Pastor Jemma. My name is Jemma Duncan. I'm married to Apostle Vivian Duncan. Together we pastor Divine Destiny Worship Center. Our headquarters is in Diego Martin, with branches in Shogunas, Faizabad, Sangre Grande, Rio Claro, Tobago, and Antigua. This morning, I want to just continue from where we left off last week. We started to talk about the battlefield of the mind. The war is in our heads. If we could win our battles up in our heads, then we would have won many, many battles. And I'm talking from experience. My greatest area of warfare is in my mind. There may be peace all around me, but there's a war going on in my head. And that's something I had to deal and treat with. You have to understand that. And so I want you to view and respond accordingly. It's not enough to view, and we thank you for people who view and respond positively, but I appreciate your positive responses. However, what is more important is that you respond by doing something about it, because we're going to have to get deliverance from the thoughts that beat us. The Word of God defines you, and we have to learn how to define ourselves by His Word, because many times our circumstances will want to define us. Define yourself by the Word of God. What happens? We get deliverance in layers, because so many years, layered upon layers, and in the very same way, sometimes we are all kind of we fed up. We want change to come, but it was layered. It was years of these things, sometimes generations of certain kinds of behaviors. So it's in your DNA. Hallelujah. And we have to allow the Holy Spirit to process us over time and layers. And sometimes you say, but hey, she's still getting delivered. Yes. And if you need help, don't worry about the people sitting down next to you, what they will think, because I'm an elder. I don't care. I want my deliverance. I want to be free. Look at my age. I want to be like that butterfly. I want to fly. As a matter of fact, we are eagles. Hallelujah. The last time when I ministered, I'm preparing this message. And I'm saying, but God, I'm guilty of some of them things I'm talking about. What am I going to do? How am I going to preach this message? An altar call is necessary, Apostle Nelson. What am I going to do? I preach the message, and I said to the congregation, there are some things I need to deal with. I can't make this altar call. I passed the mic to Apostle Vivian. I was the first one at the altar. I'm not pretending. I don't care what anybody say about me. I want to be free. I want to come out like that gold bar. I want the impurities to come out to me. I know some people went away talking. I don't care. Because you're not making me go to hell and pretend when I know I need to go to the altar. Pastors need deliverance too. There are many things we're struggling with from our family line. And sometimes it took us years to realize that that's the problem. We don't even know what the problem is. Hallelujah. And I was nearly 50 years when the Holy Spirit really told me what my real problem was. I remember went to Antigua, and Pastor Vivian was in front talking to the pastor, whoever picked us up, and I was in the back. And they were chatting about something, and as they were talking, something triggered in me. And the Holy Spirit said, do you want to know what your real problem is? I said, well, yes. He said, the spirit of rejection. I was nearly 50. And all I was doing over the years was lopping off whatever on top. Like a lawnmower, cutting the top. And the root was the spirit of rejection. Hallelujah. From a baby in my mother's womb. And from that time, that spirit kept propagating and didn't fit in anywhere. I was a misfit everywhere. Hallelujah. Can't fit in. Don't belong. I'm nearly 50. Born again years. You're going before God, never quite understanding exactly. If you don't know what the root cause is, you can't resolve the problem. Every time you go and you get deliverance, it's like looking off the top, but the root's down there. And sometimes they run deep, especially if it's something that you got from your family members, from generations. It goes beyond you. It's like a snake. You cut the tail, and many snakes grow back tails. But the head is somewhere down in grandmother or great-grandmother. And as long as that head is alive and well, the tail will grow back. Anybody listening to me tonight? Wickedness entrenched as passions. Passions, and many times in the church, we allow our passions to control us. We're talking about the battles that we have to fight. Our passions control us. We can't control our passions. And we feed it. I tell people, if you know you have no husband, you can't be watching movies that will arouse you. Or no wife. Oh gosh, you see? You see? You paying your money, $50, to go to a movie that will arouse you, and you walk out from the cinema to do what with that? What are you going to do? Huh? And when you go home, you will do something you shouldn't do? Hallelujah. And I was in a conference speaking. I talked about masturbation. Somebody asked me. And I asked Pastor Jemma. And I said masturbation is wrong because God didn't desire for us to satisfy our own selves. That's why he made man and woman. He said, Adam, you're not good. If it was good for Adam to be alone, God would have left him by himself to make himself happy. God said, no, let me give you somebody to meet that particular need. And a young girl stood up and she said, she does not agree. I said, well, what can I say? She's educated, she has money, she has a good job, and she doesn't want a man. And she thinks it's Christian. She thinks it's okay to buy whatever paraphernalia you need to satisfy yourself. So I said, you know what, let me give you a test of what will please God or not. If you could worship God while you're using that piece of instrument, then it's all right. While you're doing that, I worship you, Jesus. I honor you today. Anything you can't worship and do it wrong. Married people, we could worship and have sex. Oh, yeah. And you're thanking God for your partner. You're thanking God for intimacy. You're thanking God for keeping you. You're praying and saying, Lord, keep us together. Keep this relationship sacred. Don't let him go out there and touch anybody. He must make nobody else feel this way. Yeah. And I'm intimate with him and I'm close to God. Holy Ghost don't stay outside the bedroom door. He comes right in there with us because he sanctioned it. He says marriage is honorable and the bed undefiled. Hallelujah. Passions, and we have so many passions. And all not sex, some of them is food. I overweight, I ain't qualified to talk about food. But I'm talking. It doesn't matter if you're guilty, you still have to talk. When it's God, he has a standard. Your passion could be food. It could be a number of things. Many people go to the extreme with something. It might be a good thing. And we carried it to the extreme. Some people are exercise buff And I mean, you're ridiculous. You almost worship them muscles. Like them fellas greasing your body and walking down the road. Jump in your chest. Jump in. Jump in. Hallelujah. You understand your muscle? Yeah. And you can't put on a proper shirt to go outside. It has to be cut all here. So you have to see the chest jumping. You want to take up the glasses, you have to do. Yeah. So you have to see the biceps raised while you're putting on your glasses. Come on now. Good things could be used and become a passion. And we almost worship the body. Now, I find, let me tell you, I find the body looking good. I ain't trying to say anything good. I like it myself. You know, and if you flaunt it, I will watch. What you want me to do? You showing it? No, what you want me to do? You fasten, especially if I'm a well-built man. I look in. You know what I mean? Hey. I look in. Because your husband is blind. When an attractive woman pass, he looking. Now if you're with him and he gazing and thing, there's a different kettle of fish. He has to know how to be subtle. He take a little look and keep his head straight. But you can't be, you know what I mean, Cathy? Come on now. But she looking good. She fine. And to all you talk until go, she fine. Moving on. But you get the message. There are these passions. Some are good, but we can't be taking them to the degree that they become, you know, strongholds. Idolatry. Prejudices. Sometimes we feel idols are only things that people make, and they are idols, and God has a problem with that. But do you know that our prejudices could be an idol? When I feel that I'm a superior race, you almost worship your race or my class or my ilk, your family line. I am from them. Like Marlene Devatars. In my day, Marlene, them French Creole names was assigned that year up there. My name was Augustus. Didn't have that ring. But then Caesar Augustus, so that means I was from royalty. Idolatry, and sometimes we idolize things. We idolize people. And there was a time that God had to rein me in, because he said, Jemma, you are putting Vivian in my place. I cried that night. He is a good husband. You look all around, you talk to people, and you see the kind of things that he does. I speak to pastors' wives and the kind of stuff they go through. And I look at Vivian and the way he will honor me. Some pastors, the wife are talking nowhere, you are speaking on no pulpit. You sit down there. He muzzling you. He controlling you. Can't go nowhere. You have to ask permission and he could say no. How you mean no? And I don't quite understand those things. I want to go to a concert or some conference. You're telling me no? So one day I told one of them, I said, no, comma, not no full stop. No, I have something that night. No, I want to take you out that evening. No something, but not no full stop. What you mean? Because she wanted to go like a little ladies' line. There's no reason why she can't go. No, he's the man. I say, what do you mean? And he made a mistake and tell me he's the provider. So she's working for more money than you. So you're not the provider. Get it straight. That was a thinking long time. The man is the provider. He ain't providing. The woman making 3-4 times his salary. Well, I knew because we are friends. So you tell him a provider. Fellas, come on, get out the box. If you have a good reason, seriously. No, Jemma, so and so, whatever. Yeah, I could understand. But just no. No, that's not good enough. And the Lord spoke to me. He said, you have put him in my place. And I learned a lesson. The Lord said, He is my gift to you. I use Him to express my love for you. I am loving you through Him. So keep it in the right perspective and never forget that. And every time I lean a little bit towards trying to make Him my God, I come back right center and say, Lord, I thank you. We have idols. The child who did well become an idol. My daughter, the doctor. Every time I see her, about the doctor or the lawyer. Every time we just talk, you tell me the story about the doctor. You're telling me again. Come on, somebody. And some women, the house becomes your idol. That perfect place. And I tried to talk to some of you in here. We had a little conversation, and don't get vexed with me if I talk about it. When she make up that bed early in the morning, Sunday morning, the husband don't come to church. He had to get up early so she can make it up before she come to church. And she comes early. And when she pack all them fancy pillows, that man and mad go back and lie down on that. That house is an idol. Leave the man to sleep. And we wondering why they don't come to church. Let them sleep. Throw away the pillow. You know how hard it is to move all them things from the bed before you go and sleep? You have to go back home. That house is just temporary. And if you want to go on it, let them sleep because you put all those things there. So let him jump on the fancy thing because you put it. There is something called laundry. There's something called cleaning. Let him lie down. It's his. He spent the money. If he want to lie down, he don't want to move it, it's fine. You see what I mean? I'll lose some of our lady. Some of you need to take a peep in the outside woman's house. She doesn't bother when you lie down on the bedspread. That is why he could leave your house, the display house, and go by her. And it's his money she spent to buy the spread. That's why I don't bother her, because she see by it. So he could lie down on it. Let the man lie down on the spread, ladies. Or don't put it on the bed. All right, I'll lose a few. All those are idols. This house that we so love, and you're killing yourself after. And sometimes we don't take care of our family because we want the house to be perfect. Your children are uncomfortable. How you mean don't sit down on the couch? Where you want them to sit down? And how will those children feel? They can't sit on the couch. But when people from church come to visit, not only do you allow people from church to visit, but the children putting up their foot. And especially if it's somebody special. And the child's shoes on your couch, and you say nothing and your children watching. They can't even sit down on it. They can't even go in the living room with their shoes on. And you let strangers come and walk, and you can't tell them take their shoes off. And there's a sense of resentment. They don't want to come to church with you because you value those people more. Well, worse yet if pastor come. Pastor children can run up and down and break things. And you can't say, and you ain't saying nothing. Pastor. Moving on. Idols. You see, sometimes we feel like, oh, God, when God is talking to us, He's not talking about those things. He knows we don't have them. I hope you don't have any. Full gospel, Pentecostal, but you have a little fetish in theater water away devils. And you're bringing devils inside your house. And you're wondering why. Why are you bringing those things? You have a guard on you. They're Christians with God. Come, Mother Conhock's more powerful than Jesus Christ. Moving on. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Worldly opinions, false philosophies, and subtle arguments. The word of God speaks, and yet you have an opinion on it. And put pressure pastors to make us do something contrary to the word of God. The Bible says you shouldn't be unequally yoked. You're bringing an unsaved person for us to marry you. What you want us to do? The word of God says you shouldn't be unequally yoked. I know you hardly have men in the church. We need some more praying. Lord said, no, seriously, no, I say, Lord, send them now. Send some quality men for these women and some nice young ladies for the gentlemen. But despite that, I know you're lonely and I would love for you to get married, but we can't marry you. And I had to tell a young lady, she probably viewing and don't get vexed with me. I say, if God said it can't work and you could make it work, go ahead. If God says light and darkness can't work, and I don't know why we women think we could make something work that God said can't work. We have the power to change him from a caterpillar into a butterfly. Hallelujah. Yeah. Because in our mind, we see ourselves changing him. Hey, hallelujah. It's 42 years I'm married. I can't change him. I tried. It's not for lack of trying. You can't change anybody. Pride. And there's good pride. It's okay to be proud of your achievements. There's some things we could be proud. Nothing's wrong with that. But that sense of haughtiness where your nose up in the air and you think you're better than others. That you know. What does God say about that? That it goes before a fall. You're about to tumble over. You need to keep your head down so you can see where you're going. Fear. Wow. Fear is a big one. Fear of failure. Some people go to an interview and in your mind you already expect them to reject you. And I'm serious. They don't think that they would qualify. And you're already going, and let me tell you something, you give off these vibrations. So I am going there, and I am a person who was very negative in my thinking. So I understand that. You go somewhere and you don't expect them to like you. The people ain't taking you on, but you already have a predisposition that people wouldn't like you. And you say they don't like me. No, you have a problem. Hallelujah. I remember somebody came, a covenanter from another branch, and she had a short conversation with me. And she said, you know, I had the impression you don't like me. I say, I don't even know you. I can't say I like or not like. I don't know you. So I can't tell you I like you. And I can't say I don't like you. Because I can't love somebody without liking them. Love is what we owe you. Like is what you have to earn. Tell your neighbor what I just said. Oh yeah. Because we have to love you. That's a command from God. But liking you, I could love you and I really like to be in your presence. I stay away from you. Every time we talk is a negativity. I'm meaty and I'm buoyed up, and from the time we have a short conversation, you already depress me. I don't like you. Hallelujah. And I said to her, I try to change and not to be as brutal as I used to be, but tell her, I say, you need deliverance. Because the truth, I don't really know her very well. You don't not like somebody you don't know her, you don't like somebody you don't know. Hallelujah. And you're not even around me. I don't care. Why are you bothering about whether people like you? And some of us, that's a situation that we go and, mess yourself up about this person. They don't want to like you. Do they pay your mortgage? Do they feed you? No. They live in the same house with you? No. When you close your door, they're not there. Come on. Tell yourself, I just meeting you for a period of time. On the workplace, it's a few hours, well, it's long, but You know, when I leave here, you're not coming home with me. So we don't have to like each other. We could function very well. You see, you don't like me to say that. You don't have to like the person. They don't have to like you. It would be nice if they like you. And you know when people get to like you? When they get to know you. Coming out of relationship, they get to know you. And then afterwards, people say, wow, I didn't know you were so. People tell you that when they get to know you and then they get to like you.
Hello, my name is Francine Brayton. I am the coordinator of Anointed Women of Regal Destiny, that is the women's arm at Divine Destiny Worship Center. It is my absolute pleasure to invite you to our conference themed Daddy Loves His Daughters. This will take place from Thursday the 11th to Sunday the 13th of May. On Thursday, Apostle Jemma at 7 p.m. will tell you destiny will find you. She will use the story of Ruth. On Friday, it's family night, that's right. Mommy, daddy, auntie, uncle, and the children. Everybody can join us on that evening at 7 p.m. While we are upstairs, Apostle Vivian will share with the adults, look who God used, using the analogy of Jesus Christ. While we are upstairs, the children will be just opposite the road in our multi-purpose facility. They will have fun with games, activities, and snacks. Don't worry, they will be safe while having fun. Saturday, we will have tea with Apostle Jemma. If you've ever attended a tea with Apostle Jemma, you know the time we are in for. We will sing, we will laugh, there will be prizes, but it is a ticketed event. It is a catered event. In a moment, I'll tell you how you can get your ticket. Sunday, it is traditionally known as Mother's Day. However, at Divine Destiny Worship Center, we celebrate all women. So the minister will tell us, how does he love me? Let me count the ways. I know you're wondering who that minister is. You just have to come on Sunday to find out. On behalf of Apostle Vivian, Apostle Jemma, and all the anointed women of Regal Destiny, I say to you, you cannot afford to miss this conference. Call our numbers 633-3780, or you can call me at 701-2331. Come, let us tell you just how much Daddy loves his daughters. God bless you.
I hope that helped you a little bit this morning. And I don't want you to ever forget that with God, everything is possible. God bless you real good.